What's going on, Crawler Nation? This is the Mini Crawler Podcast. I'm your host, The Rat. In this podcast, we're going to be going over specifically the 124 scale RC car. Right now, I'm rocking the Axial. Now, a Mini Crawler is a smaller version of, if you are not familiar with RC cars, this is going to be a small version of a regular RC car, but shrunk down. These things are fully capable. They're four-wheel drive. They are great for throwing in a backpack and great on the go. So, in this podcast, we're going to be going over the parts, the equipment you might need. We'll be talking about some of the good parts, some of the bad stuff. I've got a Lizard Pro right now from Fury Tech that I threw on there that I'm super pleased with right now. And we'll be going over a bunch of other stuff too that I'm throwing on my rigs right now. Right now, I've got three of them. I've only got two that are partly put together, one that I fully roll all the time. And other than that, I've got tons of little like RC car shit in my backyard. I've got a bunch of trails, tracks, rocks and shit. I've got indoor stuff in my garage. Right now, I'm working on an indoor course for this podcast room right now. So, dude, I'm hooked on these things. And right now, I've just really got more in depth into like the higher torque parts. So, like with the Fury Tech ESC and Mini Komodo that I got on there, it's far more superior than the stock parts that I had on there in the beginning. And I didn't realize, but you could use the stock ESC to combine with your new ESC that you threw on there. And holy shit, man, when you kick it down in low gear, it creeps. And it also has like a higher speed capability too as well, but it just it blew my mind. I'm like, this is what I'm looking for. There's been so many times where I get on a trail or a track and it's like I just can't get that trigger to the right position. So damn, I highly recommend that thing, man. Fury Tech Lizard Pro and the Mini Komodo is what I've got right now. So on the other rigs, just stock, and on the other one, it's an Injora. Uh, I don't know what it is, but it's an Injora 50. There you go. And it works, but not as well as Fury Tech. So I'm definitely gonna be investing in some more parts that they put out, and damn, they are a little bit more pricey, but I'm starting to get to that spot where I'm wanting to upgrade to the full potential on one rig. So I hope that if you're just getting into this, you'll be able to get on this show and hear some stuff that will inspire you and get you to that spot where you're happy with your RC car. I've got a couple of them, and one of them is completely stock because I that's the way I like some of them. Sometimes when I bought it was fresh out of the box, I'm like, I don't even want to touch this thing. I want to keep it pristine, leave it stock, don't change the tires. And even though nothing on it is capable of doing what you want its full potential, like you'll be able to have one rig that's stock and then one that's fully competition ready. A lot of people do that, and I'm getting to that stage where I'm like, I think I'm ready for it. So, if there's any beginning questions, any questions at all, just send them to me, and we'll definitely go over them on the show because there's a lot of questions about these things that I had in the beginning, like switching out certain servos or putting in certain motors. Also, adding different wheel casings or adding different wheels to it. Some of the wheels can be tricky to put together, and there's certain techniques and little tricks that we can go over to get that kind of stuff together for you. So stay tuned on this podcast because there's going to be a lot more coming. Once again, this is the Mini Crawler Podcast, and we'll be going over all kinds of 124 scale stuff. So, catch you guys later to all the Crawler Nation out there.